Hello, welcome to the Heart's Frontier. I'm Kate, and if you are new and you enjoy this video, then please do make sure you like and subscribe because I would love to hear from you, cross paths with you again. And if you are returning, then welcome back. This is a very different reading. I feel like this week I've just been trying new things. It feels like every time I sit down, I'm about to do a pick a card reading because I do love them so much and I'd like to get back to them. I'm hoping that I get to do another one tonight after this reading, but this was the one that came in interrupting me from my pick a card reading. So first of all, I've done something that I very, very, very rarely do with my healing. I do not often pick up crayons, markers, pens, and draw something out, but I really felt like I kept coming to sit down and then feeling as though I needed to go to my bucket of different art tools and that it wouldn't leave me alone. I had to go back, and there were two colors that were very specifically needing to be chosen. They were this pink color and then this yellow color, and I wouldn't even often grab for a yellow. So pink having to do with the heart chakra and yellow having to do with the solar plexus, that is where I'm feeling a lot of the collective energy this at this time, or whenever you're reading this might relate to you. And so I will show you this little image that I can only just begin to interpret what was maybe meant to be understood here. But it was a very, very clear, you need to draw this, this needs to happen next, this needs to happen next. It's not good drawing, I will say. I can actually draw better than this. It doesn't matter. Okay, so you'll see here, there's sort of like a line with the yellow that looks like, for me, I was like, is this lightning bolts? What are you wanting me to draw this zigzaggy line for? It also reminded me of stocks, like investment stocks. So potentially you're concerned about where your investments are going to go or where you're investing your time and energy. And there's a lot of electricity I'm feeling because I was really feeling, is this lightning bolt? Is this a lightning bolt? And then I realized what it's doing is showing me a path. So it's a jagged up and down path. And it's reminding us that when we hit these sharp peaks, we always feel as though there's a great peak of a high and a deep valley of a low. And it's because of the sharpness of these angles, right? And so what I'm feeling is that this was like a lifetime that I was being shown. So wherever you are in your life now, imagine as though the first bit of your life felt a little bit more as if it was going to be steady growth. And then there was a ton of turbulence. And through that time, you were actually consistently growing, because if you look, the angle still goes all the way up, right? So the journey is not a straight path. That is very much abundantly clear to most of us. But I'm seeing that this reaching up, I was guided to draw little stars and planets at the top there. And then along the way, it also felt like a mountainside, but it had two suns. So it sort of felt like, to me, this wasn't really included. That was a whole image, and then that was a whole image, and then that was a whole image. It felt like there was different pieces in it. And so with these two suns, I was thinking, I'm not sure if that's from something that really resonates with you, like some sort of TV show. I feel like there's fantasy things out there that have multiple planets that you might be thinking of when I say that. And maybe there's something hidden within the message or themes behind that, or maybe if you went and looked at episode names, you would understand some sort of message might pop out to you. That's like a very specific message for someone. So I would love to know if that resonated with you, because at some point someone will watch this and they'll say, yes, this is what that was. I also was guided to draw beams and rays out of the first larger planet. So it could be that you were being guided by two figures, and one of them really shone and one of them was much more quiet and in the background. And that is what caused a lot of this turbulence to happen in the first place. And then at the bottom here, this is a extremely, extremely simplistic drawing, and that's all that I was guided to. And so I'm really just trying to understand and analyze what I really felt as though there was two larger X's and one smaller X. So that may be guiding you towards family. It may be that I also felt this arc with just the line drawn in it, to me felt like a hobbit hut, like a small hut in the ground and a fireplace. So it may be that you're being called to ground and to find your earthing and to find a place where your heart feels warm, where you feel at home. And this is what's going to lead you to remember your place among the stars. So I don't often speak about this, even actually with clients. It doesn't happen that it needs to come up that frequently, but there is a concept called starseeds, or you might be familiar with light beings, things like this. You may just feel as though at some point in a lifetime, or even in this lifetime, you feel very connected to space and galaxies. I'm hearing galaxies way more than just like a simple solar system. Like it feels way, way, way bigger, way larger. I'm also getting this, definitely this feeling of like feeling alien, feeling not in the right spot. Like no matter what you do in life, you just don't feel settled. And I'm hearing that building family connection in some way for you is actually going to be releasing that pressure, because you're actually going to feel at home here on Earth for once. It feels like maybe a little bit when you were younger, before you knew that idea was bizarre to people, you might have thought you were not from this world, and that gave you comfort. And so then when you meet someone, maybe in the future, you may feel as though you finally come home, because that sense of recognition is shared in the two of you. That is a very, very specific message. I'm going to grab some angelic support, because I am really feeling this call upwards. And while angels are more of like a creation from here on Earth that we feel up above us, it's not quite light being and starseed, because those are a little bit more etheric in nature. I do feel that we're being called to remind ourselves of this upward propelling motion and how comforted we actually are by that. If you've been a scared, I don't know what that is from. If you've been a scared, if you have been scared recently, very recently, about growing, stepping up, and accepting more of your light energy. I know that might sound a bit counterintuitive, but I think if you're listening to this, you'll understand that there's as much danger in sticking in the muck as there is avoiding the light. And I believe that you've done more of avoiding growth, is what I'm hearing. Maybe not right at this moment, but in the more recent past, I think. Okay, that's enough from there. And a goddess, yes. Okay. Ooh. Awesome. So we have Sulis, bodies of water. I'm hearing connection, connection loud. There's lots of buzzing coming in on my phone, which doesn't always happen during a reading. So whenever my attention is drawn towards it, I feel like I should mention. Yeah, so spending some time around lakes or bodies of water, pretty much any nature, because I'm feeling as though human constructs are the thing that's really making you feel disconnected with your true self and your true starseed or alien or light being self. Some of these words are interchangeable, because you may resonate with one and someone else may resonate with another. I resonate with all of them in some capacity. I really believe it's much nicer for us to hold space for all things being the truth and find out where we fit into all those different timelines and areas of existence in general. It's very fascinating, but a lot easier if you take it all in stride and not say, well, if I'm this, then what does that mean? Does that mean I have to do this, 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 and this? And really all of it's happening all at the same time. And in the end, you're both this and that and this and that and part of everything. So I'm hearing independent. This is boss independent. So that's like a second validation, because I was really hearing independent. So as well, as much as you're actually going to build in connection or build in family, and that's going to remind you of your place here on earth, and it's going to give you a place where you feel here on earth, um, it's actually going to also reach you further into your own dependence. So what I'm hearing is that by building this connection, it's actually going to, you're going to expand into deeper independence, because you'll feel more of your complete self, and you'll feel more at peace and at home in your earthly body. Because it's felt like there's been a bit of a disconnect. I also feel like you may have taken some corrective measures at some point in your life to try and modify the body, almost as if it's a toy or a tool. Be interesting to know if you have done body modifications of any kind. Okay, so we have Odin, Psychic Insight. Very powerful. Very much getting drawn to the runes on this. If you have ever studied runes or have any interest in runes, might be a good time to go back to that and see whether that also helps you feel a little more safe and protected at this time. It says your third eye is open. See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. So yes, do not doubt these bizarre, unconventional belief systems you may have, and understand that they can work with the other things that you've built tangibly in your 3D existence so far. So I'm hearing that some of you have actually felt as though these things are separate from the way that you were raised, and thus they don't agree. But actually, they're all a part of the same system, and you have to keep looking to see how similar they are. As with people, it's important to look for the ways in which you are alike and akin to each other in order to build compassion. Okay, we have Paul the Venetian, experiencing grace. And again, this pink and yellow, really, really feeling like lots of yellow is popping up here. So if you're doing any solar plexus healing, confidence, ego, willpower, motivation, sense of self and identity, working with others in a way where you feel as though you're representing yourself appropriately. It says, share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. So when you get an idea, send a thank you up, up, up into the galaxies and say, thank you for reminding me. This is what I'm here to do, is here to create. If you can imagine that in one reality, right, in one version of reality, one story, this is an interesting story to grab onto. I do believe for you that it is truth. So one story that you have lived is that you were a starseed slash alien slash light being slash whatever it is you want to put in that box, planetary being. You were some upper planetary being. And up there, you had some sort of choice to show up in this world right now at this very moment in your body to serve a certain mission, to play with this earthly realm as if it's a playground of sorts, and to grow and to deepen and to actually make a positive impact on that which is around you. Something that you feel a lot of weight towards, as if it's not your choice. But I just want to remind you that it absolutely was and is your current choice to live in this life and to continue moving forward in the direction of what is truthful to you. So again, using your intuition and using the awareness that you already have. If this is sounding like remembering to you, then you already knew this before I said this. And so it should be of comfort, but also of a reminder. Yeah, it feels as though it's a bit of a relief to have someone share this understanding with you, because it is rare to find people who can hold space for this level of understanding. And now I'm getting like a lot of excited energy. It's almost like because I said that, like as if it was me in this healing session here, because I said that, it actually leads you to feel like, oh, if this is true, then that means this, and this, and I can go this way in the direction that I'd like to go. And I'm hearing a lot about life mission, life mission, life mission, mission control, mission control. So that could be space related, and also could be you trying to control the way that your mission gets played out. So while you chose, showing up here, you may not remember all those decisions. You may not remember all those decisions consciously, and it may feel as though something is not in accordance with what you've signed up for. But the thing is, everything that's happening to you right now, everything that's happening to you right now is exactly what you signed up for. It truly, truly is. And you are divinely protected and charged to do this mission. This is something that is highly, highly being asked of you at this time. Okay, we have freedom. So good. Oh, I will say, when I was setting up for this reading, I forgot to mention, so now is a good time for me to mention, I kept singing to myself, and I was singing this tune over and over and over and over again. And it took me a while to even start the video because I just felt like continuing to sing this line and, play with cards and things like that. And it was, take me home, I'd like to go home. And whatever that's feeling like, when I say take me home and you say, okay, what would home be? What is home right in this moment? It's time for you to return home. It's really, really time. You have a home here on earth also. It may not be a specific house. I don't believe it's a specific place. I believe it may be a feeling of home. It may be I am feeling as though there's a person maybe connected to this family building, or it may just be a friend that crosses your path who holds space for this large part of you to breathe and to feel safe so that you can step further into your earth mission and do more in this lifetime. Okay. Hadn't looked at this card, but it's spot on to what I was just saying, because here's the last card we have, the soulmate card. So it may be that this is a group, the people who are feeling called to watch this reading. It may be that this is a group of people who are in need of connecting to their soulmate, or yeah, I do feel with this group here that it's like, bring me a higher love, like this connection, this love with whoever it is, soul, friend, partner, soulmate, however you discover this relationship. This is what's going to remind you and bring you back home to yourself, but also to your star self. It's going to be this very expansive, higher love you've been thinking of. Maybe you've had this on your mind. Maybe you've had some, I'm hearing dreams. A lot of things are turning to me in threes today. So lots of power in the energy of the collective and lots of strength with this reading, especially. Feeling some cooling energy is needed also. Feeling as though there's been some nausea in this group. Something has felt really uncomfortable for you lately that didn't used to feel so uncomfortable. Something feels not right in a way where you're, I'm not sure if this ever happened to you as a kid, but I don't, or if you've seen a kid who, like a child who gets sick and then like cries like right away. It's like this feeling of like, if you unearth it, then you'll be upset that it's like out of you or something. But you can just nurture that. This side of you is waiting to be shown in some way. It can be safely shown to yourself. It doesn't need to be shown to anybody else. I just have a feeling as though that's the way it's going for many of you. Yeah, like at least 90% of you. It's going to be soulmate, family related. Okay, so we have the cosmos, creativity, and vastness. So this is a return to your vastness as a being. I think many things in your lifetime have felt as though they're limiting you. It's very frustrating for such a powerful being to feel limited, to feel unaccepted, to feel as though it's safer to act not in accordance to your truth and integrity. Mm. Lots of crown energy. So maybe you've been getting some tingling in your head, migraines. I'm also feeling a lot of upper neck, back pressure, upper back as well, but upper neck pressure. Like it's kind of going into your brain. It feels like your brain is tense or dense. The spiral dancer, circuitous route, and perception. So this is very much about your life going in cycles and circles, and for you to be aware of this so that you can begin dancing with the flow instead of it taking you for a spin. And then we have the dream walker. So pay attention to your dreams. Maybe it's a time that you actually face and connect with, reflect with what your dreams are showing you. If you're not remembering your dreams, then please leave a notebook out and ask to remember your dreams. And eventually, when you are ready, they will appear. It says dreams, the collective good, and illusions. This is a very, very powerful card. It actually looks like she's returning to that star. And so this is what I'm really feeling for you. So she's playing, okay, I'm seeing dragons, fairies, stars. I'm seeing music. This group, very cool what you're doing here, and also I imagine very confusing where it's at right now. Let this be a moment on your journey where you remember your star self and your light self, and do not hold with extra pressure what comes out of this remembering. You are exactly where you need to be, and this information is being delivered to you exactly at this right time so that you can do what you need to do with it. Whether it's now, a few days from now, I feel within the next 3 months or so, you're going to be connecting to this idea a bit more again and remembering the power that you are and a bit of your mission and your purpose here. I'm also feeling as though speaking up about it to someone where it's safe would be very, very advantageous for you at this time. Something about holding it in is feeling really, really wrong. And the idea of sharing it is also feeling really wrong. But that part is an illusion. So that part is based out of fear. The sharing it is actually something that's going to propel you. Now, it does not matter whether it is received well on the other side, because no matter what, either the conflict or the acceptance will bring you higher to that place of higher love that you are hoping to return to within yourself, but also to find harmony with others around you. And I am really feeling that pull towards that soulmate bond for this pile, for these people who are listening to this. Crystals also may help you in this journey. And light therapy and color therapy may also be of comfort to you. Very simple tools that you can use, whichever one sounds more fitting to you at this time. Okay. I hope that this has met you well and that you feel hopefully comforted or inspired by this remembrance. If you feel that this reading was hitting you and is meant for you. That drawing, I don't know if that's going to continue evolving in any way or showing me anything more, but the 2-planet thing is really interesting to me. I'd love to know if that spoke to you. If you are feeling as though you need a power up, some sort of energy balancing, or you just want to hear more from me because these ideas are interesting to you and you want to see much more of what I can understand about you, particularly in your life, in your situation, and with your mission, then you can book a reading with me down below. I would love to meet with you. And I'm really, really enjoying the sessions that I've had so far since starting this YouTube channel. It really feels quite aligned, and I'm just very, very touched by the folks who are listening at this time. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. You are making this journey for me, living my mission and my soul truth out, very, very comfortable and very joyful. So I'm very contented by doing this. I plan to continue as long as I'm asked to. And I think I'm going to go do a pick a card reading now. So I'll post that soon too. Hope to watch it. And I'll see you soon. Take care, everyone.